Hi, I'm Chris Jones with myWall, and in this next video I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to install myWall onto either a concrete wall or any drywall wall that's inside your home or office, or if you have a retail store, anywhere really. So first step, when you get the panel, or whether that's a full panel or a half panel, or if you're getting multiples, you'll get your boxes. Just make sure that the panels and all the parts that I'm talking about are within those boxes or within the pallet when it arrives. The next step is to find your studs in the wall. So if you're using a concrete wall, that's fine, because the whole thing you can drill into to mount it. But if you're in a home or office, you probably have drywall, and inside that you'll have wooden studs that are, sometimes they'll be 16 inches on center, but sometimes they're going to be different widths. So you need to find where those studs are on the wall that you're going to be mounting. And that's for looking for either aluminum studs or wood studs to mount the cleat to. So next step is take the provided French cleat shown here. Take this, and the height that we recommend for the full panels is 83.5 inches from the floor to the bottom of the French cleat. So you could mark that height up on your wall. And that height is set so that it's still easy when the panel is hung, that you still have room down below to plug in behind your panels if you have power, and still have that be able to, the wire come out and go up to something, or you can plug in and go up and poke a hole in the wall and bring the wire out. That's why we recommend 83.5, but you can do whatever height that you want. So mark that height, find where the studs are, then go ahead, put your French cleat up to that height, level it, so you'll need a level, and then these slots that are in it are set for you to screw through. Just mark where those are on the wall, where they match up with the studs. Mark those, drill your holes, and the next step is just hang the French cleat. And what we recommend doing is using either number 10 2-inch screws that I show right here, number 10 2-inch, or if it's concrete, what's called a Tapcon screw. There are a lot of different types of concrete, but any of those will work. But it's very simple. So once the French cleat is hung, next step is just pick up a panel and hang it on top. So the way that works is, here's the back of a panel. So front of the panel, back of the panel, and you'll see on the side here, this is the way the top of the cleat looks. And when this is hung up on the wall, it just drops into it, if you can see here. It's really simple. So drop it on there. If you have a couple of them, put them all up. And once they're up, what you'll find is, if you have a single panel, it won't matter, but if you have multiples and you want them to hang really flush together at the bottom, so they won't so they'll be perfectly straight, we recommend using these flushing plates that we provide you with. And I'll show you how it works here. So on the back of your panels at the bottom, if you want to do this, so this is the back bottom, you'll screw these plates in on the back side so that when you put it together, it does that. If that makes sense. And that'll keep them, when it's up there, that'll keep them nice and flat and straight. So those are provided to you. Let me put these back. Don't you like how I'm using myWall for my demo? All right, so now that your flushing plates are on and you have all your panels hung, next is to take what we call a locking plate. And the locking plate, it's a little white plate here. This gets put on right underneath. There are these little holes on them, these two little holes right underneath where the French cleat locks in. So drop the panel on and then just reach into the side and screw this locking plate in. And the plate will keep the panels from basically coming off the French cleat. So next step after that, once that's hung up, next is your end cap. And not all the panels will need end caps, it's just whatever is the furthest on the far left and far right. So if you have a single panel, it'll just be left and right. If you have 4 in a row, it's just your furthest to the left and furthest to the right. And what you do is you take an end cap, go to the side, and these are screws are provided. It's called a stay fast piece of hardware. And the holes are already pre-drilled in the end cap, so you'll always find where it goes. Basically, you'll just screw this into a hole that's already pre-drilled on the side in order to make a nice clean finish. And once that's done, just get your accessories and start having fun, all right? Hope that helps. Enjoy. One more thing that I forgot to add, if you're using this in either a retail environment or especially in a gym, and you're gonna be having people constantly take things on and off the panels, what we recommend doing is on the lower part of your panels, either put a baseboard basically on your drywall, cut a section of the drywall out, put a piece of plywood on the wall, so still keep the back wall still flat when you're hanging this, but have a piece of plywood back there so that you can then take screws and in the actual peg holes, you can drill straight back in to hold the bottom of the panels flat up against your wall. It keeps it nice and flat, rock solid, and when you're doing that, you don't even need the flushing plates if you're gonna do that, because basically you're just gonna drill straight through the peg holes into your wall. That's just a tip that really works well for people. All right, okay, now go enjoy.